Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name's Kit, and I really wish this was my world. Thank you for joining me, and welcome to episode 4 of Farseer Fridays. This is the final instalment of the first section of the vlog. This is book 3 of the Farseer Trilogy. First of all, I would like to thank all of my viewers for watching this series. I know it's kind of niche, but those of you who have been following along, thank you. I'm very grateful. And I'd like to welcome you to Kenilworth Castle. I didn't name it when I was here before, because this castle, in my mind anyway, is standing in for Buckkeep Castle. So I used Kenilworth Castle as Buckkeep in episode 2, and then when the story moved on to Tradeford in episode 3, I filmed at Bolsover Castle, which felt a little bit more like Tradeford. But I'm back at Buckkeep to round out the series. And because it's lovely, and the weather was horrible the last time I was here, and today the sun is shining and it's not raining, so I thought I'd revisit an old haunt. It's been quite a long journey getting here, and I have to tell you, I'm very relieved to reach this juncture, because finally I have finished book 3 of the trilogy. It took forever. I ploughed through the first 2 books, but as it turns out, and I had completely forgotten this, book 3 is much bigger than books 1 and 2 combined. So it took an age. The last 2% took a week. But I've finished it now, and I'm very relieved. Before I go any further, I should probably do a little bit of housekeeping and explain to you my situation. As I mentioned, I've finally finished book 3. I finished it last night, and I've started my next book in this journey. However, my next book is not the correct next book. According to the correct reading order, there are 3 more books, which is the Liveship Traders trilogy. I don't like them. I remember reading them before. They're different from the other books. They're unlike the Farseer Trilogy. They're not in the first person, they're in the third person, and they're following a different central character, as I recall. And I'm a mood reader. I can't just jump into a different style of storytelling, even though it is advancing the narrative further. So I've skipped the Liveship Traders books completely and bounced straight from the end of the Farseer Trilogy to the Tawny Man Trilogy, which resumes the story of Fitz and Nighteyes and is back in the first person again, so it feels like a continuation from where I left off. Obviously, if you're a proper bookie type of person, you're going to want to read all of the books in order. And I did. I promise you I have read all of the books, but I didn't like the Liveship Traders, so I've chosen to skip them this time. If you've been following the previous episodes, you will have heard me say on several occasions how bleak and depressing these books are. And I'm not wrong, I haven't been lying. But I think I should probably clarify. The first trilogy, the Farseer Trilogy, as it turns out, is not that bad. It's not too bleak, it's not too depressing. There are 3 or 4 triggering moments in it, but not major triggers. I survived. So where were we at? Well, at the end of the last episode, I thought I was approximately halfway through book 3. As it turns out, I was overestimating my reading speed, I think. I was not halfway through book 3. I was a considerable way in. I was at a suitable place to stop, because if you split book 3 into parts, the first part of book 3 is Fitz's journey to Tradeford, where he intends to assassinate the evil Prince Regal. As you can probably imagine, things didn't go according to plan, and that's kind of where we left off. The second part of book 3, which is the bigger part, is what happens next, because Fitz and an intrepid group of allies, including the Fool and Nighteyes the Wolf, of course, and Ketrican, and a character called Kettle, who's a mysterious old lady, and Starling the Bard, or Minstrel, they all go off in search of Prince Verity. Finally, Verity's been absent for a lot of the story. He went off in search of the Elderlings a long time ago, in the hope that he could enlist the aid of the Elderlings to save the 6 duchies from the Liveship Raiders. And no one's seen him since. This journey, this epic journey, is the heart of book 3. And it's beautifully told, and it's exciting, but it's also a character piece as well. You get to really know the characters that you're reading about through Fitz's eyes, because it's first person. But most importantly, you get to witness more of the relationship between Fitz and Nighteyes. And the relationship between Fitz and Nighteyes the Wolf is really the heart, not just of this story, but of the entire series. It would be impossible to overemphasise the importance of the relationship between Fitz and Nighteyes the Wolf, because Nighteyes isn't just a wolf. He's a fully realised, three-dimensional, fleshed-out character. He has conversational dialogue, not just with Fitz, but with several of the other characters who, as it happens, turn out to be witted as well. And he becomes a general of sorts, at least briefly, towards the end of book 3. Mini minor spoiler, Nighteyes does some heroic stuff. And not just Nighteyes, they all do some pretty heroic stuff, and it all gets very exciting. Well, you get to meet the Elderlings finally, and that's exciting. So essentially, book 3 is a journey in 2 parts, the first part being a failed assassination attempt, and the second part, a recovery mission, I suppose, a rescue mission. They've got to find Verity and bring him back to claim the throne. And possibly bring back a few Elderlings as well, to save the kingdom of the 6 duchies from the marauding Liveship Raiders. It's very exciting stuff. Overall, I have to say that the Farseer Trilogy, the first 3 books of the epic Realm of the Elderlings series, is an exquisite read. It's not Dostoevsky, it's not Tolstoy, but I'll tell you who it is. It's Robin Hobb, and she's really good. I love these books, but you have to read all 3 of them. Reading them individually won't make any sense at all. So, in summary, I began this epic quest fully believing that the books would make me miserable. I was going to cry, there would be snot, there would be nervous breakdowns. As it transpires, I've loved it far more than I have words to express. It's been revisiting old friends, revisiting old countryside, old castles, and I've had the time of my life. There have been a couple of sad bits, but nothing like as bad as I remembered. The next 3 books, not the next 3 books for you, which are the Liveship Traders, but the next 3 books for me are the Fitz and the Fool trilogy, beginning with Fool's Errand. Now things are going to start getting a bit rocky. And thus endeth the first part of my epic Farseer Fridays reading vlogs. My reading will continue, and the vlogs will continue, but for now it's time for me to bid you a fond farewell, and thank you very, very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, and you haven't already, you know what to do. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share, comment, do all the good stuff, and I will see you next time. See you later.